and you can do it. You can absolutely do it. And I don't crave it at all. All right, I am gonna throw some other tips in this video as well. Let's see. I know whenever I was trying to quit, I would watch a ton of videos on YouTube of how to quit, people's experiences, how their life turned out after they quit. So after I quit, I overcame a lot of other things in my life. There was a lot of other addictions that I had, or nothing like that, but like, you know, the basic ones. And I overcame all of them, like binge eating, caffeine, even like all of that stuff. I also want to sit down and help rewire some of your beliefs about nicotine. What a lot of people think that nicotine is good for you because this Andrew Huberman guy is telling people that nicotine, and Joe Rogan and all these people are saying that nicotine is like this neurotransmitter, protective smartness thing. Yeah, it's not. Here, this is how it actually works. Yes, your brain has nicotine receptors, but that doesn't mean that you need an outside source of nicotine for these things to work. When you are ingesting these very large quantities of nicotine, whether from Zyn or nicotine, and yes, one Zyn, and yes, one hit of a vape is an absolute overload to your body's nicotinoid system. Okay, so every time you hit a vape, your body's ability to use that nicotine starts to become muted. This is where you get that feeling where you need more. You can't just, when you first hit a vape or did nicotine, you got freaking sick. I mean, you got freaking sick hitting it. It was like, what the heck? I'm gonna throw up. This is disgusting. That's because your body had absolutely no tolerance. It was in its normal state. And it felt what nicotine truly is. It's a poison, right? Nicotine's a poison. It's not this amazing thing that you think it is. That is the sensation of relieving withdrawal. So every time you get this buzz now, it's not because it's not because this nicotine is this amazing thing. It's because you're relieving the withdrawal. Your life becomes so cloudy, so moody, so depressing, so bleh without nicotine that when you hit nicotine, you're like, whoa, I'm alive. I'm high. This is great. No, you just cleared all of the withdrawal symptoms that you live through every single day. So if you're a person that hits it one day and then goes 2 days without it, and you hit it again, that's actually making you more miserable than the person who just quits it cold turkey. Like, you think that you can, if you want to save it for these special occasions, well, every day in between, you're just going to be living the withdrawals over and over again. So, not a good idea. Something that's good for you to do as well is be around people that don't vape. This, you notice at a certain point that, like, oh shoot, ever since I started vaping, ever since I got hooked on nicotine, I'm now around with people that only vape and do nicotine. You start to realize that all of your friends do it. You start to notice your inner circle is all doing it. And you're like, and I'm only really able to look at this stuff now and see it, because when you're in it like that, it's just, you don't really understand, I guess. You don't see it, you don't pay attention, but now it's very clear. Like, my circle now, the people that I'm around now, none of them vape, none of them do nicotine. They all are like, this is complete garbage. It's a waste of time. Why would anyone do this? But that's 3 years ago. That was not how it was. All of my friends were people that vape, and it just, you know, that's something that'll happen when you quit vaping, which is really nice because then you become friends with people that are like ambitious, determined, positive, and they really help level up other aspects of your life as well. You can really build meaningful and genuine relationships as opposed to a relationship that is built on a foundation of a drug. What else does nicotine not do for you? Nicotine also restricts your blood vessels. So when you first hit it, it actually opens them up. And this nicotine flies through your bloodstream right into your brain. And then afterwards, your blood vessels constrict. And then the more nicotine you ingest, the more they constrict, limiting blood flow to your body. So this can cause very, very many health elements. Blood flow is essential for youth, for drive, for health, for happiness, for brain function. So just to recap everything. One, I was hooked on vaping too. I got hooked. I thought my life was way better with vaping. I thought I could never not hit it again. I thought there would always be one more special occasion. I was just as struggling as you are to quit this. Two, you can quit. Read the book by Alan Carr, The Easy Way to Quit Vaping. I swear it's the easiest thing you'll ever do. Read it from start to finish, and you'll never hit another vape again in your life. Never. I know it's crazy. It's not woohoo. It may be a little bit, but it works. It absolutely works. And three, life is so much better on the other side. You will have better friends. Honestly, your life's going to fall apart. Like, if I'm being completely honest with you, your life is going to be a mess while you're quitting. All these relationships that you thought you had, they're all going to tear away. They're all going to fall apart. You might quit your job. You might quit school. You might quit your sport. You might do some crazy stuff. You might be that person that people are like, what are they doing? But look, if you have these grand visions for your life and you want to have all of your goals and more, and you want to have fulfillment in your life, these things need to they need to fall away. They need to fall apart. Let them go. Let your entire life be destroyed. Let your friends go away. Let your job fall apart. Get fired. Who cares? Because if you keep these things and they never fall away, then you're never making room for everything that you could be, and you're never making room for all of the things that are meant for you. The better job, the better friends, the better whatever. If you don't make room for these things, they're never going to come into your existence. Enjoy the process. Your life's going to be a mess. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Actually, that's kind of a lie. It was difficult whenever I would try and quit before I read the book. But once he breaks it into two parts of what nicotine addiction is, it's you have a little monster and you have a big monster. The little monster is the craving. This, oh, I'm a little chilled. Oh, I want this buzz. I want this energy. I want this little hit thing, whatever the hell. That's the little monster. That only takes 72 hours to kill. That only takes 3 days and it's dead. That guy doesn't exist anymore. Those cravings are gone. The big monster is your subconscious. The big monster is all of the reasons why you think you need nicotine. The big monster is all of the things that you think nicotine gives you. It's the experiences, the joy, the pleasure, the times with your friends, the connection. But it's all a lie. It's all a lie. If you can't have relationships without nicotine, if you can't do this craft or hobby without nicotine, if you can't live without nicotine, what does that say? You're addicted. And look, I love you. I want you to do this. And you can do it. You can absolutely do it. Life is so much better on the other side. You just need to trust me. You need to trust me. It is. I'm over 3 years without any nicotine whatsoever. I've had people blow nicotine in my face just at a bar and they don't even understand what they're doing. And I don't crave it at all. Every time that happens, I just remember the time that I was in when I was quitting. And I just become extremely grateful for everything that I've accomplished ever since quitting. I'm so grateful that I was strong enough to overcome an addiction that most people will never overcome. And you can do the same thing. You can have that feeling. You can have that confidence. You can overcome this addiction that most people will never, ever overcome. But like I said, weird stuff's going to happen to you when you finally quit. I quit, and a month and a half later, I had a job in California that just fell into my lap. And they paid for my first 2 months' rent. They paid for my trip to move to California. And it really changed my life for me. So these are things that just will happen to you when you quit. When you finally get out of your own way and you start living in this state of abundance, this state of confidence, this state of I can accomplish, you start attracting these opportunities to you. And it's it's weird, it's messy. I mean, you'll make new friends, you'll make better friends, and you're just like, wow, what happened to my life? It's not the same anymore. And if you have this calling to quit nicotine, you need to stop beating yourself up about it. You need to stop second guessing yourself. You need to stop overthinking your way out of a really good thing. And that really good thing is freeing yourself and getting out of the way of your dream life. So I really hope this video helped. I wish these are the things that someone told me and someone just gave me tangible steps like, what do I need to do to quit? Look, I wish I could give you it. I wish I could sit here and be like, this is what you need to do, X, Y, and Z. I mean, I'm doing that. And the one thing that will work is if you read this book start to finish. That's all I can say. I don't want to, I'm going to keep it hella simple. There's no other thing that you can do other than read this book start to finish, and you will quit. You will be done. You'll never want to hit another vape again in your life. I promise you that. So, yeah.